Hello everyone, welcome to the first video in a new series where I will explain late game World of Warcraft content. The purpose of the series is to introduce people to specific topics and hopefully answer some commonly asked questions. With that being said, let's hop into today's video. Today, I will be discussing the basics of the World of Warcraft endgame cycle. This video will be great for people with new max level characters and also good for people who might not know where to start. The first thing you will want to do after reaching max level is to obtain your cloak, the Shroud of Resolve, from Wrathion. In Battle for Azeroth, players are given an upgradable necklace and cloak. These can be obtained from completing the main storyline and from completing part of the Black Empire campaign. After obtaining the Shroud of Resolve, you will want to do some mythic dungeons to get new gear. During these dungeons, it is very likely you will obtain Azerite gear. Azerite gear have perks or abilities similar to the talent tree that enhance your gameplay or can even change how a class is played. By leveling up your Heart of Azeroth, you will unlock new tiers on your Azerite gear. It is important to keep in mind that these traits can heavily impact your gameplay, so it is best to make sure you know what to choose. The best way to do this is to visit Wowhead or Method. These websites will tell you the best choices for your class and the reason why you should choose them. I'll post links for both of these websites in the description below. In addition to getting Azerite gear from dungeons, it can also be obtained from the vendor in Paralis. This vendor will sell gear with mostly random traits. However, this vendor does not use gold. He requires a special currency called Titan Residium that can be obtained from completing mythic dungeons or from scrapping Azerite gear at the scrapper. Another new system to BFA is corruptions. Corruptions are basically item enhancements that produce a specific effect or give you a raw stat increase. The corruption system overall is a bit complex, so I will explain it in another video. Now you may be wondering, what are Mythic Keystones? Mythic Keystones, or Mythic Plus, are dungeons that go above the regular difficulty of Mythic. To start a Mythic Keystone, you will need a key. Keys are obtained by completing any Mythic dungeon. These keys will have a number that represents the difficulty and can only be used in a specific dungeon. For example, if I have a Toldagor 2 key, then it will only work on Toldagor, and 2 will indicate the level of difficulty. To activate the key, you will need to put it in the brazier that's found at the beginning of the dungeon. But before you do that, it will be a good idea to review the weekly affixes. Affixes are weekly modifiers for Mythic Plus. They affect the HP and often the abilities of enemies within the dungeon. They can also add a new mechanic, such as bursting. Each week will have 4 affixes. Any key above 2 plus will contain the first affix, 4 plus will have the first and second affixes, 7 plus will contain the first 3. For example, if a week is bursting, tyrannical, and skittish, the 2 plus will have bursting, 4 plus will have tyrannical, and 7 plus will have all 3. Keys 10 and above will contain the same affixes as 7, but with the addition of Awakened. Awakened is a new mechanic where players must enter through obelisks to defeat Disciples of N'Zoth throughout the dungeon, or they will have to be defeated during the final boss fight. Completing these dungeons will not only upgrade the key, if done on time, but will also provide players with Echoes of N'Athla, another currency in Battle for Azeroth. Like corruptions, I will explain these in another video. In addition to Mythic Plus, players can upgrade their cloaks by completing visions. Each week there will either be the Horrific Vision of Stormwind or the Horrific Vision of Orgrimmar. Players can enter these visions to obtain pages that can be redeemed for cloak upgrades. Each zone within the vision that players complete will award them with a page. For example, if you need 2 pages, then you would clear 2 zones. In addition to clearing these zones, players will have to defeat the boss of the vision to complete it. This will either be Illyria, if it's Stormwind, or Thrall, for Orgrimmar. In addition to players' HP, they will also have to manage their sanity, which can be gained by using orbs and is lost by certain enemy abilities. It will also passively drain throughout the vision. So the basic cycle is to do Mythic Keystones for gear, run visions to upgrade your cloak, and raiding, which I will touch on in another episode. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up and let me know what you thought in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Peace!